What's good?
I'm back again with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about lash extensions and lash lifts and my experience with both of them, kind of like compare and contrast, and also give you my opinion on which one I think is better personally. Before we get started, I do want to mention that this video is sponsored by Squarespace. I know a lot of you guys are in college or have just graduated college or are about to graduate college, or you're just like a creative professional going a non-traditional route. Squarespace is a really great way to create a website to put your content online, whether it's like a photography portfolio or just a personal website where you want to put your resume and list all your skills for potential employers, or maybe you want to start a blog, or maybe you want to create an online store. Squarespace is a really great website to do that. They have really gorgeous templates that you can use so they can make your website look super profesh. You know what I mean? Super professional. So if you're interested in starting a website for yourself, you can head to squarespace.com to start a free trial, and then when you're ready to launch, you can click the link in the description box down below for 10% off of your first purchase or domain. Think it, dream it, make it with Squarespace. Now let's jump right into the video. I'm going to talk about lash extensions first, just because I got lash extensions before I got a lash lift, so just go in chronological order, you know what I'm saying? So if you don't know what lash extensions are or what they do, eyelash extensions enhance like the fullness, the length, and the curl of your natural lashes by attaching like little extensions to each of your individual natural lashes with semi-permanent glue. And you can get different types of extensions depending on where you go or whatever your technician offers, but I know there's like synthetic, there's mink hair, and there's also silk. I personally got the silk extensions, and they also come in different sizes. I don't really remember which size I got, but just know that there's like different sizes of the extensions. As far as how long they last, they can last up to 4 weeks. What happens with eyelashes is that they naturally fall out because, you know, they fall out and a new one grows in its place. That's kind of how all hair on our body works. So whenever your natural lash falls out, your lash extension also falls out. So because of that natural process, sometimes it can leave gaps in between your eyelashes and it can make you look a little bit ridiculous. So most people usually get like lash extension fills every 2 to 3 weeks or every 4 weeks. I personally got them every 4 weeks because when I had them, I was broke. I didn't have money to be going in every 2 to 3 weeks, you know what I'm saying? So I milked the shit out of each wear of eyelash extensions. As far as the price goes, it's really contingent upon like your location, like wherever you live. Send me your location, let's focus on communicate. So in LA, I know that it averages around like $100 to $120. I personally got mine done down in Long Beach, and I was charged, I think it was like $110. But I also know that there are a lot of places that charge like way more. Like I know a place that charges $150. So I guess it just really depends on the technician or the office that you go to or the salon that you go to. But just know that you are going to be paying more than $100 for your initial lash extension attachments. There also are quite a few limitations to wearing eyelash extensions. For one, you can wear eye makeup. I know a lot of people think that you can't wear like eyeliner or like heavy eyeshadows or things like that. You can wear them. However, like you can't really use oil-based makeup removers because it will like compromise the efficacy of your eyelash extensions. Like it'll damage the glue. I have no idea if I used efficacy right in that sentence, but whatever, you know what I mean. Also, prolonged exposure to water can lessen like the life expectancy of your eyelashes. When you go into a shower, you know how sometimes we like to like sit under the shower with the water in our face? You can't really do that when you have eyelash extensions. Also, when you wash your face, you have to be very careful about not rubbing your eyelashes. It'll just lessen the lifespan. Also, swimming is not really recommended when you wear eyelash extensions. I mean, obviously you can do all of these things, but just know that it will lessen the life expectancy or lifespan of your eyelash extensions. Now let's talk about aftercare and maintenance. If you are looking for a lash procedure that is low maintenance, eyelash extensions are not for you. After you initially get your eyelash extensions, you cannot apply water to them. Like, they can't get wet for up to 24 hours. That's just the way that it is. But they do give you like a little spoolie, like a clean, like kind of like mascara spoolie. And you're supposed to use that to like clean your eyelash area every single night, or whenever you feel like there's like a buildup of bacteria or it's getting like a little bit dirty. It is very, very difficult to remove eye makeup. Like, I'm just gonna be completely honest with you guys. Again, you can wear makeup on your eyes. You can do a smoky eye, you can do heavy eyeliner, but just know that it's gonna be really difficult to remove because you can't use oil-based like makeup removers. So here are the pros of eyelash extensions in my personal opinion. One, I think they look really nice and they can look really natural depending on who you go to. Two, you never have to worry about wearing mascara or curling your eyelashes or putting on falsies every time you go to an event. That is not necessary. They are glued semi-permanently onto your natural lashes and they always go and look good all the time until, you know, you have to get a fill. Also, a lot of the time I felt very comfortable not wearing a single dab of makeup, like not even a single dab of concealer, just because my eyelashes took the attention away from my skin. They also made me look like not tired, like they brightened up my face, I guess. It makes me look more awake. Also, they look so good in selfies, you guys. Whenever you take photos, your eyelashes, I don't know if this is just like my problem, but sometimes when I take selfies, my eyelashes literally disappear. Like, they don't show in photos. So what I liked about lash extensions is that they looked so good in photos. I could be wearing zero makeup and I still look good, you know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, I still look good without lash extensions, but you know what I mean. And let's talk about the cons of eyelash extensions. One, in my opinion, they are way too high maintenance. Two, they hurt. Well, not that they hurt, but they're like, it's pretty uncomfortable. Like, I don't know if maybe my technician didn't apply them correctly, but like when I blinked my eyes like this, I could feel the glue poking into my like eyelid, and it like kind of hurt, but it was more uncomfortable than like, oh, pain, you know what I mean? So I wasn't really loving that concept. Three, they're not easy to remove. You have to get them professionally removed. I would not try removing them myself. Four, if you do not properly wash them every single night or like every single morning, you do risk like bacteria buildup and eye infections. And like, not to be dramatic, but it literally changes your way of life. Like, it changes your lifestyle. Like, when I had eyelash extensions, I had to be very careful about like the way that I slept. I had to be very careful about the way that I washed my face. I couldn't blink too many times because it would poke my eyelids. Like, it literally changed the way that I lived. I know that sounds like super extra, but that was just my personal experience, like my personal, honest experience. Now let's talk about lash lifts. So I've realized that a lot of people don't actually know what a lash lift is. I think because it's a relatively new procedure. Lash extensions have been popular for like a few years now, and lash lifts I think have only become more popular within like the past year. So a lash lift is a semi-permanent procedure that will lengthen and curl your natural lashes, and sometimes it like they apply a tint to it, so it makes it look like you're wearing mascara, which is really nice. And the result is like a brighter, fresher, like more awake, wide-eyed look. No extensions necessary, no glue necessary. It's a keratin perm, so it's very similar to like a hair perm, except the difference is that When they curl your lashes, they use like these little silicone pads that they put on your eyeballs, and that's what they use to curl your lashes, as opposed to like those rods that they use for a hair perm. So it's very similar as far as how long they last. Lash lifts usually last around 6 to 8 weeks. Again, just like lash extensions, your natural lashes will just fall out. That's just the natural process, a natural life cycle of eyelashes. Ergo, when they grow back, they will grow back their natural like texture or like pattern, I guess. As far as the pricing goes, again, it is contingent upon the city that you live in, or the area of the country you live in, or what country you live in. The girl that I go to, well, actually, she goes to me. So the girl that does my lash lift, she travels to me. I do it, she does it in my house. I can lay in my bed and she does it in my house. She charges, I think it's like $70, $60 or $70. I've seen other places that charge like $90, $100 plus. Again, it just really depends on who you go to, but generally lash lifts are less expensive than lash extensions are. Also, lash lifts last longer and they cost less. So do the math, choose what's best for you. Now let's talk about aftercare and maintenance. Just like eyelash extensions, you cannot get your eyelashes wet or be in a steam room or a sauna 24 hours after you get your lash lift. But other than that, they are your real lashes, so you can treat them as such. You can use oil-based products and makeup removers. You can wet your lashes, you can rub your lashes. They are your real lashes. You don't have to be super careful with them because they're your lashes. They're just semi-permanently curled. So pros of a lash lift: they're cheaper than extensions. They're your real lashes, so they look very natural. They're low maintenance. You can use oil-based makeup removers and cleansers. You can literally live your life the exact same way as before you got your lash lift. They also last longer. They last 6 to 8 weeks as opposed to 4 weeks. And then you have to get a fill every 2 to 4 weeks. You know what I'm saying? And they're also safer. A lot of people say that they're safer. I don't know about the validity of that statement, but I would assume that they're safer just because you're not attaching anything to your eyelashes. You're not at risk for bacteria buildup at all times of the day. They are your natural lashes. So let's talk about cons. Are there any? I don't know, I guess some people might be allergic to like keratin or some other ingredients in like the perm formula. Okay, I guess this is a con. The actual process of getting a lash lift is a lot more uncomfortable than getting lash extensions, in my experience anyway. So usually when I got lash extensions or I got a fill of my lash extensions, I could literally fall asleep. Whenever you get a lash lift or lash extensions, obviously your eyes have to be closed, but when I got my eyelash extensions, because my eyes are closed for so long and I don't really feel anything, I could literally fall asleep. However, with a lash lift, it was like pretty uncomfortable from beginning to end. So when they apply like the little like padding under your eyes and they apply those like silicone things, they apply tape. Also, the pads that they put on your eyes are uncomfortable because they lift your eyelids open a little bit. Like if you stare at something and you never close your eyes are gonna start like burning, and that's kind of my experience with having those silicone pads on my eyelids. At first I thought the burning came from like the formula that she was putting on my eyelashes, but she explained to me that it's just because my eyelids are a little bit open and I'm not able to blink. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty uncomfortable. In my opinion, you cannot fall asleep while getting a lash lift, but it only lasts like maybe 45 minutes to an hour. Whereas when I got my lash extensions done, my appointment lasted like 2 to 3 hours. Like, it took so long to do, but again, I fell asleep. But you know, whatever works for you in your situation. I personally think that it's worth it because you don't have to go through that process again for another 6 to 8 weeks, but I digress. So now that I've given you a rundown of both lash lifts and lash extensions, which one do I think is better? Drum roll, please. Lash lifts! They're low maintenance, they're cheaper, they last longer, and they're way more liberating and way more freeing than lash extensions are. Again, those were just my experiences. You might have different experiences. You might disagree with a lot of things that I'm saying, but I'm just giving you information based on my own personal experiences and what I personally prefer. Oh, I guess I didn't show you guys, but I have a lash lift right now. My eyelashes would never, I have one coat of mascara right now. My eyelashes would have never looked like this if I just curled my lashes with one coat of mascara. I think they look so good. They look so good in videos. They look so good in photos. They make me look like brighter, fresher, more awake. And I can like rub my eyes if I want to. That is my choice. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Give this video a thumbs up if this kind of like helped you make a decision, like on which one you wanted to get, you know what I'm saying? Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys next time.